Say hello to Wonderkid FC. Yes, hello everybody, Jamie here from FMSCOUT. Today's video, I have put all the best Wonderkids in the world into one team. We've put them in the Sky Bet League 2, in the 4th tier of English football, just to see how long it takes them to get to the Premier League. Obviously, I've not taken control. We're going to see all the managers that come and go throughout a 10-year period with Wonderkid FC. Obviously, I know the outcome of this already, and I'm encouraging you to stick around in this video because there is so many things that is going to shock you. Seriously, it's crazy. I'm sure you guys think that this team's going to be in the Premier League by the end of the 10 years, right? Obviously, the players are going to get better, etc., etc. Honestly, you could not be more wrong if you're going to think that. On it, like I say, just stick around because it's honestly, it's so interesting. We've got managers who got sacked after 21 days. But let's talk about the team. So all of these players are from the FMSCOUT Wonderkid list, which you can find in the description if you want to find more of these. So go over to the FMSCOUT website in the description and you'll find a big list of the best Wonderkids in the game. And you can see, I mean, I'm not going to go through them too much because we all know exactly who the Wonderkids are on this version. I want to see, we've put like 2 or 3 players for each position. For example, 2 goalkeepers. We've got quite a few centre-backs, quite a lot of midfielders, wingers, and then these are the strikers. Fabio Silva, Xerxes, Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, João Felix. Yes, Kylian Mbappe is here. I know it's Kylian Mbappe, but he is still classed as a Wonderkid. Believe it or not, he's only 20 years old, so he is still classed as a Wonderkid. You've got Havertz, you've got Sancho, Foden, Lewis, Camavinga, Guendouzi, Tonali. You've got all the best players. So I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go forward now for 10 years. I'm going to show you. Let's go through it. 10 years, let's go. All right then, we're in the year 2029. And Wonderkid FC, if you can believe this, are 24th in the championship. They have just been relegated from the championship. So let's go back. Let's go way back to the start. Let's have a look. So the first season, they won the League 2. They finished first. The second season, they finished first in League 1. The third season, they finished first in the Championship. It was all going so well. And then, to be fair, even when they was in the Premier League, Wonderkid FC finished 12th, and then they finished 11th. After that, though, they got 20th the third season in the Premier League. They got relegated, of course, by finishing 20th. Then in the Championship, they finished 15th, and then, believe it or not, they got relegated from the Championship, 23rd place, and then they won the League 1, and then this season, of course, you can't see that, but they've just been relegated. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And when you look at it as well, they've won the FA Cup, they've won the Championship, the Carabao Cup, they've won the Community Shield, and yeah, they're going into League 1 next season. How crazy is that? I can't get my head around it. And it's not like they've got a bad team. Look at the team. Look who they've got up front. This guy, 222 appearances, 107 goals. And, I mean, his attributes aren't exactly bad, right? And then you've got Fabio Silva as well, who is amazing still. They only made 38 appearances, scoring 13 goals, but that's not the point. You've got Cherky in the middle. Look how good Cherky is. He can play on the left, sorry. But you can see he's made 188. We'll go for all the players shortly. I just want to show you the first team. But Donnarumma, the guy's made 212 appearances, conceding 120. Yet they find themselves next season playing in League 2. I still can't get my head around it. It's absolutely crazy. But this is the team. And we've had a look at the cups. We've had a look at everything else. And this is the current team. And I'd kind of ignore... Obviously, they've got a lot of their new gens in there as well, but they're not very good, as you can see. If we go to the age, though, you can see Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, he's made 247 appearances for Mansfield. Well, not Mansfield, Wonderkid FC. And he scored 7 goals. I'm assuming he's been playing on the right-hand side. But, yeah, pretty crazy, right? And then you've got Upamecano. The guy's made 69 appearances for Wonderkids, scoring 1 goal. Still an absolute beast. You've got Hakimi as well. Hakimi's made 97 appearances over 10 years for Wonderkids. And then we've got Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, 240 appearances, 129 goals. That's the highest we've seen, I think, so far. 240 appearances. You've got Declan Rice, 238 appearances, scoring 11 goals. He is, of course, now 30 years old. You've got Donnarumma, we've looked at. Pellegrini on that left-hand side. Only 41 appearances for Mansfield. I keep saying Mansfield, it's because it's got the colours and the badge. You've got Bastoni, the centre-back, 114 appearances, 2 goals. You've got Guendouzi. He's got 48 appearances and 1 goal. So really, you know, these are the main players. You got João Felix, 172 appearances, 37 goals. So a lot of players have played a big part, I guess. You know, 164 for Florentino Luis. I mean, yeah, you got Max Aarons as well, 139 appearances. So these are all the Wonderkids that was in the game at the start, and they are of course all about 28, 29. But you'd still think they wouldn't be in League One, right? You'd think they'd be in the Premier League. You got Tonali here, 78 appearances, 11 goals. If we go back, you got Sergio Gomez, Vignato. So Vignato only made 5 appearances in 10 years. That's crazy. And then you got Sergio Gomez as well, only 5 appearances. So I don't know what's really happening. Rodrigo, 230. So he played most of the time. If we go to their history, you can kind of see right here. You've got kind of this fee and stuff like that. But 15 appearances and pretty much playing in the first team the entire time, to be fair. Well, look at that League One season. 16 goals in League One. It's crazy. You got Thiago Almada. He only made 10 appearances in 10 years. You've got Katabach, who made 22 appearances. You got Mason Greenwood, made 110 appearances. Let's have a look at his history. So you can see he didn't really play in the Premier League much. He had 3 appearances, but he was mainly used on the rise to the Premier League. Who else we got? We've got Gravenberch, made 39 appearances. You've got Gasparini as well, who made only 8 appearances in 10 years. Absolutely crazy. How about Cherki? Cherki, 188 appearances. And the final one, I think we're looking at Pedri, right? Pedri made 115 appearances, which is really good, considering he's only 26 as well. You got Camavinga, who made 161 appearances. And you've also got Fati as well, who made 60 appearances, scoring 14 goals. I think we've pretty much covered everybody almost there. I don't think there's anyone else who really stands out, to be honest. We looked at Jadon Sancho, right? 153 appearances, 37 goals. I don't know if we did look at Sancho or not. But you can see, you know, people who's playing a lot of games. You've got Ampadu as well. 114 appearances, no goals. Though I have just noticed they are actually in administration. So that might explain the point deduction. So they had 12 points deducted from them, which I'm not sure why, to be honest, because, I mean, looking at their profile and their finance, they've got 50 million, minus 50 million. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's the wage budget. But I did obviously set some sponsorships and stuff like that up to try and keep them afloat. They was making so much money on sponsorship. So whether that sponsorship has ended during this sim, maybe. There's no way of me kind of checking that. But honestly, I mean, it looks like they've even had a new stadium as well, which was the capacity of 26,000. It was built in 2026. Estadio Matt Green. Okay, that's interesting. How about if we go to landmarks? Maybe we can see something. So we've got... I don't think it tells you much about this, actually. So you can see they had a new takeover, which may have affected the sponsorships. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not sure why they got a point deduction. I almost want to check every league, every season now, just to see if they got point deductions every season. I mean, this is kind of threw a spanner in the works, to be honest. So last season they was in the Premier League, wasn't they? Let me have a look. So if we go to, they got promoted from League One last season. Let's have a look at League One last season, and let's see if they had a point deduction. And maybe it's just this season they've had. So they didn't have a point deduction then. So I'm assuming it's just now. Whether something's happened because of the takeover, and then before that they was in the Championship as well, right? So when they got relegated from the Championship this season, they didn't have a point deduction then. And then the season before that, they also didn't. So that season, did they win the FA Cup that season? Why they was in the Championship? That's crazy if they did. Honestly, there's so many things on this save that's happened. It's honestly crazy. Here we go. So Championship. So it wasn't that season. They got to the semi-final that season. The season they got relegated. There's so many interesting things on this save that it's kind of crazy. I'm trying to figure out. So they was playing in the Europa League while they was in the Championship. They lost 7-0 to RSC Anderlecht. But, you know, like, even if they did get a point deduction, like, there's still no excuse for this squad to finish where they finish, right? Like, there's just no excuse. It's absolutely crazy. I keep saying that, but I just cannot quite get my head around why this has happened, if that makes sense. And that's not only the crazy thing about this. Let me go and show you the managers now. Like, I don't know what's happened here, but if we go to the managers, you can see. So Neil Warnock took over for a year and 343 days. He retired because of, he retired from management, and then Claudio Makelele took over for 3 years, actually. He was there a long time. He got promoted to the Premier League, actually, which is crazy. But then it starts to get interesting. So Scott Parker took over 267 days before getting sacked. And then this guy takes over, 79 days, sacks. Graham Potter takes over, 277 days, sacks. Rafa Benitez, 21 days, and then sacks. I've never seen the AI sack somebody in 21 days. Now, I don't know if this is... Well, that's the season that they got the new stadium as well. So I really don't know what's happened, if I'm honest. And then Sean Dyche, 33 days, sacks. And then this Renato guy was there for a year and 262 days. And then sacked, which is a little bit better. And then Marcelino is there 199 days at the moment. But I've never seen anything like that in regards to 21 days. Let me know in the comments, please, if you've seen that before. But still, with this team, there is no way this team should be playing in League One. Like, I wasn't expecting this. And I'm pretty sure you guys wasn't either, to be honest. Like, I just wasn't expecting them to be in League One next season. I know they had a point deduction. Well, that's the only season they had a point deduction. And it's only 12 points. You know, I'd be expecting them to win the league. So we've got to blame the manager, right? We've got to blame the manager. We've got to blame the tactics. Whoever it was. But yeah, that's been end to the video, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed this. Something a little bit different today. And it's been a pleasure. As always, I just can't believe what's happened. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.